students, today we are going to do with the force between two parallel wires carrying current. That is the force between two parallel current carrying conductors. You can see in the figure there are two wires or the conductors P and Q. In this case the current is being carried in the same direction. You can see the direction of the current. I1 and I2 are in the same direction, but in this case the current is in the opposite direction. They are the same wire. We have got two wires. This is P and this is Q, but here the current is in the upward direction and here is in the downward direction. The distance between the two wires is R, and here also the distance between the two wires is R. Now if the current flows into the wire in the same direction, that you can see that here it is I1 and I2, they are in the same direction, then by the sign, I mean the direction of the magnetic field, what is being observed, that the force is between them becomes an attractive force. Here it is an attractive force. Okay, so if they carry this current in the same direction, the wires will attract. So that is the because of the attractive force. Here you can see, here it is dot. Dot means the direction of the magnetic field is perpendicularly outward, it is coming out, and for this, if it is cross, it is directly into the plane of the paper. So one, the magnetic field is in the upper direction, the other one, the magnetic field is in the downward direction. That is the reason you can very well see that there is a dot and there is a cross. But here in this figure you can see that there is both the cross because of the direction of the magnetic direction of the current flowing through it. It is in the upward direction, the other one is in the downward direction. Now here you can see there is a force of repulsion. The wires will repel each other. Now let us see what is the reason and how we can find out the magnetic field for this. The magnitude of the magnetic field B1 at any point on RS, you can find out at any point on RS, on RS due to the current I1 in PQ is given. So it means what we are talking about, the magnetic field here because of the current flowing here. So this is given as equals to B1 is equals to, we can very well write B1 is equals to, we have the formula mu0 by 2 pi I1R. So this is either in the vacuum or it is in the air. How we have got this formula? We have done with the Bate-Savitz's law. The magnetic field is B is equals to mu0 by 4 pi. This is I by R sin phi 1 plus sin phi 2. So since here the phi 1 and phi 2 is 90 degrees, so we get the value as equals to sin 90 degree and 90 degrees. So that comes as 2, and we got this relation. So mu0 by 2 pi I1 by R. So this is the magnetic field B1 experienced here just because of this. Now then again, the conductor RS carrying the current I2. Now let's see the current wire current RS carrying current I2, and here what we see that the magnitude of the force, is given by the formula. We have the formula BIL sin theta. So the magnitude of the force F, because of this wire, the magnetic field will be B1, so it will be the current, we have BIL sin theta, B1, so B1, current will be I2, okay, and the length of the wire, let us suppose we have taken as L. L is what? L is the length of the wire. L is the length of the wire. Okay, so it is B1 I2L, and this becomes 90 degree. Sine, if you get to see, the angle between them is 90 degree. So this is B1. Let us substitute the value mu0 by 2 pi I1 I2. This is L by R. So we can write it in this form. We can very well write it in this form. Now in this case we can just write it down, F by L or F by L. F by L will becomes equals to mu0 by 2 pi I1 I2 by R. Okay, so we get the relation here, F by L, that is the force per unit length, is equals to mu0 by 2 pi I1 I2 by R. That is the direction of the force will be given by the right hand palm rule or the Fleming's left hand rule. If I2 is in the same direction as I1, then the force on RS will be directed towards PQ. Okay, and that is the reason we have got this relation, and force per unit length is given by the formula mu0 by 2 pi I1 I2 by R. So R is the distance between the two wires. Now if the direction of currents in the two parallel wires are same, so what is meant to say, if I1 and I2 the directions of the current is the same, the wires are attracting each other. But if the directions are opposite, so if the directions if the directions of current is same, wires will attract. If the direction is opposite, then the wires will repel. So this is the condition. Okay, so if they are in the same direction, there is an attraction, the force is attractive, but if the direction are opposite, the force is repulsive. Moreover, if we consider the length of the wire to be same, that is what we have got, or if the current we consider to be same, let us assume we have taken I1 is equals to I2 is equals to I. The current is same. Then the force per unit length can be written as F is by L, can be written as mu 0 by 4 pi, mu 0 by 2 pi, I square by R. So this becomes the formula. Okay, now based on this we have got the definition of ampere. Now how we can define the ampere? Ampere is the unit of the current, but we can define it from this. Like for example, suppose if we take the distance between the two wires small r as equals to 1 meter. We take it as 1 meter, and F by L becomes 2 into 10 to the power 7 Newton per meter. Okay, so what we are getting, 2 into 10 to the power minus 7, 2 into 10 to the power minus 7, this is minus 7 per meter. So here we have got 1 ampere is the current which when flowing in each of the two infinitely long parallel conductors 1 meter apart in vacuum produces between them a force of exactly 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per meter of the length of the wire. I just repeat that if there is a 1 ampere current which is flowing in each of the two infinitely long parallel conductors which is 1 meter apart in vacuum, then it will produce a force of exactly 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 Newton per meter of the length. So this is what we have got. We have got the relation, we have got the condition for the force between two parallel wires carrying current in the same direction. This is very, very important. It is very important from the board point of view also. So make sure that this derivation has to be done. You have to take care that one very important relation we have got from here, that if the current is flowing in the same direction, then the forces the wire will attract, but if the current is flowing in the opposite direction, then there is a repulsion in the wire. This becomes very significant, and the rest is being done clearly with the help of the magnetic field. So when you get the numerical problems, what sort of numerical problems you can get on this? Get a very easy numerical problems based on that. So you learn simply the formula, force per unit length is given. So whenever you get any numerical problem, make sure that you see the unit. If you get to see the unit, and if it is given the force per unit length like Newton per meter or Newton per centimeter, then accordingly you see and then try to do it, and then you will find it's very easy to do the numericals. So just see that you understand. And the direction of the magnetic field, again a very important factor for anyone to understand. The direction becomes extremely important. So you have to focus on the direction of this, and this becomes a very important part in physics, that is the force between two parallel wires carrying current and its numerical problem. For example, suppose if you get a numerical problem based on the condition that, let me just give you a numerical problem. Two infinitely, the question is given, two infinitely long current carrying conductors X and Y are kept parallel to each other. Just see that what is the question given here. Two infinitely long current carrying conductors X and Y are kept away from each other 24 centimeter apart. So the distance between them is 24 centimeter. That is the value of R. They carry currents of 5 ampere and 7 ampere. You can see that it is in the same direction, so there is an attractive force. Find the position of a neutral point at which the resultant magnetic flux density is 0, ignores Earth's magnetic field. And the second part of the question is given, if current through the conductor is reversed, where the neutral point will lie. So it's very simple to get. Use the formula B for individual wire, you get it for the individual wire, Bx and By, that is for x and y. Once you get, then the neutral point is Bx is equals to By. What is the condition? Neutral point is that point where the resultant magnetic field is 0, that is Bx minus By or By minus Bx becomes 0. So that shows the condition Bx is equals to By, and you can easily find out the distance between them. I hope you have understood this, and this is very easy. You get question like this, so keep solving, and I hope you have understood the class. Thank you.